My name is Brittany Liscord, and I am here from the Children's Museum and Theater of Maine. I'm going to wait for some few people to start joining us so that we can make a boat today. That's right. We are going to be getting a little wet, which is why I am outside here. And I've got this large bucket of water, and so things might get a little wet. So I've got my water protection just in case, and I found a nice outdoor spot so that we don't get the inside of the house wet. Also, you could do these experiments in a bathtub too. So, as I was saying, I am here from the Children's Museum and Theater of Maine as part of our Together at Home series. And we want to have this time for us together to be a launching pad for your own exploration at home. So our challenge for you today is if you can make a boat, something that floats. And we are going to be exploring things that sink and float. I've got a whole bunch of different objects here, dinosaurs, tennis balls, to see what sinks and floats and how to make your own boat. Are you ready to get started today to learn some sink and float tips? All right. Well, first, in order to make a good boat, we need to know what sinks or floats. So I've got this bucket of water and these materials. Let's drop them in and we'll see what happens. We're gonna explore. What should I do first? All right, how about this wooden egg? Just your regular wooden egg. Here it goes, into the bucket. What do you think? Sink or float? Whoop! Float! How about this big fork? Oh, hi Thomas and Ursula. It's great to see you this morning. I've got this big fork. You know what this fork is made out of? Metal. What do you hypothesize? Sinking or floating? Oh, it's all the way down here, all the way at the bottom. I would say a sink. What about, here is a rubber tennis ball. Oh, you can tell I've already done this experiment once this morning. It's dripping a little water. Here it goes, into the bucket. Oh, here it is. It floats. So far, the tennis ball floats, the wooden egg floats, but that heavy wooden spoon sinks right to the bottom. What about this plastic dinosaur? Oh no, I'm going to get all wet. Here it goes, into the water. Oh man, our dinosaur sunk all the way to the bottom. I think our dinosaur is pretty heavy. He's pretty dense. All right, lastly, we've got a wooden pencil. I'm gonna drop it right in. Oh, it stays right on the top. It floats. So, some things float and some things sink. Why is that? Well, it has to do with their weight or their density. Things like a tennis ball that have air in the center are going to be less dense, take up less space than a metal fork, which is very dense and heavy. But wait, if metal sinks and something that's rubber floats, how come big ships like those cruise ships, they float and they are definitely made out of metal? Well, it has to do with displacement. Let me give you an example. I've got here, a very full glass of water. And of course, when we pour a glass of water, you might want some ice cubes to go in it. So here are some ice cubes. If I drop these ice cubes into this full glass of water, what's gonna happen? Is the water gonna overflow? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Did you see that? The water that went over the edge, that is displacement. That is the amount of water that this ice cube moved to fit into the jar. Do you want to watch again? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Well, that was fun. I highly suggest you trying this experiment outside today. Too much fun. So that displacement is key for your boat making because you want to displace the amount of water that is equal to or less than your boat. For example, this is a big glass bowl, and alone this glass would sink, but because of this bowl shape, I bet we could make it float. So here's our big bucket of water. Should we put it in and see? So this glass bowl, it floats. It displaces the water. And the water that it displaces weighs more than the bowl. What happens, this is the time for you to get your rock collection ready. What happens if we add some rocks to the bowl? Let's watch. So watch as we add the rocks, what happens to where the bowl is. What do you think is going to happen? 1 rock, 2 rock, 3, 4, 5, 6, runaway rock, 7. Oh, the bowl is sinking. 8, and the more it sinks, the more water it's displacing. 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is exactly how those big boats are made. They're made with big bottoms that can sink way down into the water while still having the top of the boat float. So that is a true and tested design for your boat making. So as you explore today and explore density and buoyancy, you will want to look for some of these materials around your house to help you make boats. One of them, a great boat making material, this is just some modeling clay right here. And if I put this modeling clay into the water, whoop, what happened? It sunk all the way down to the bottom. It's really dense. So I would need to change the shape of this clay. Oh, it's a little hard. To make the shape one that would float and displace water. What do you think a good shape would be? Yeah, you don't want to fall into it. So what about this? This is a little bit like of a boat. Do you think I could make this float? Let's see. Did I make it enough of a bowl to displace water? Oh, not yet. Oh, boat shaped. Good idea. Mine isn't quite boat shaped yet. What do you think I would have to do to improve this? So this is a hot tip. If you are doing this outside in Maine today, I would suggest using warm water in your bucket just to keep your hands warmer. It's only supposed to get up. Oh no, look! Is that gonna help me? If there's a hole in the bottom of my ship? No. Okay. Alright, let's see. One more time's the charm. But sometimes when you're making your boat today, you might have to try more than once. Make it semicircle but hollow. Oh, that's a good idea. Semicircle, like kind of like a canoe. I like these ideas that are coming forward. I hope if you make some boats, if you have materials around right now, you can make boats and show me too. That would be really cool. All right, so this is kind of like my semicircle hollow. Okay, I'll try it. Like a canoe. Oh, gosh, it's still too dense. I'm not displacing enough water. I will continue to work on my boat today. In the meantime, I'm going to test out a little bit of an easier material. So some of you around your house might have some aluminum foil, just like this. This is a much less dense material than modeling clay. So, all right, I'm going to try out the idea that was shared. I think Beck's idea. If I make kind of like a little canoe shape here out of the aluminum foil, and this is light. It's not very heavy, so I don't need to displace even much water at all to make this float. Here we go. Here's my little boat. It's like a little canoe. Oh, it floats. I wonder, do you think I could put some marbles in it? How many marbles do you think I could float in my boat and have it still float? We'll have to test it out. Okay, I'll put a few in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, it's sinking. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, 12 marbles. Great. And my boat is still floating. So I could explore all day with you different things to sink and float, but I really want you to go explore to see what kind of boats you could make out of materials like aluminum foil, modeling clay, or even you could raid your recycling bin, and with a trusted adult and maybe a knife, you could cut up some milk containers or half and half containers to make your own boats. I bet this would make a pretty good boat. If I just take a little knife and cut this along, we could make a pretty nice boat. And then maybe your boat goes on an adventure. Does anyone like buried treasure? Do you think there could be some fun stories? All right, here it is. Here's my boat. All right, I'm gonna stick this in. Oh, there's a boat. Oh, but there's another boat coming on the ocean. It's just a sponge and a little fabric and a toothpick that I can stick right in there. Here it is. There she blows. And they're coming. Whoa! They're gonna meet each other. What's gonna happen? Is there buried treasure in one of the boats? Are they going on an adventure to an island? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna find, but I am sure that there's a lot of exploration to be had as we explore what sinks and floats and make stories about our ships. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. Again, my name is Brittany, and I am here with the Children's Museum and Theater of Maine with our At Home Together series. And I hope all of you have a playful and safe day today, and I look forward to seeing you virtually tomorrow right here at 10:30. Sam Connolly will be doing some natural world discovery with you. So thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.